Planet Earth revolves around the sun every 365.25 days. Each day is marked by a full rotation of the planet, which takes 24 hours or 86,400 seconds. On campus, there are 3 24-hour desks open to you, our residents. You may visit your 24-hour desk 24 hours a day. You might be wondering, why would I visit the 24-hour desk? If you lose your room key, it's important that you get a new one right away. Without a key, you cannot operate the lock to your door. Visit your 24-hour desk and our team will help you get a new key. If you need to print something, you can use the printer at or near each 24-hour desk. If you have a question or concern and need to speak with a staff member, you can visit your 24-hour desk. Which desk is your desk? If you live in Magnolia, Juniper, or Poplar, your 24-hour desk is in the Juniper Poplar lobby. If you live in Beacon, Endeavor, Horizon, Pinnacle, or Summit in the Village, your 24-hour desk is in the Hub. For everyone else, your 24-hour desk is in Holly M. Please visit us and say hello. Hello is a standard greeting that we enjoy saying and hearing. Hello! See? We hope this video has helped prepare you to live the Bulls life.
Safety is important. Why? Because you want to be happy and healthy. It's like we're reading your mind, isn't it? The most important thing you can do to maintain a safe home is to not let in a stranger. Sometimes you may notice a tailgater. A tailgater is someone who attempts to enter the residence hall behind you. Don't let them in. If they live there, they can use their USF ID to swipe into the building just like you. Please go away. On campus, you will see blue light phones everywhere. If you experience an emergency, just press the red button. The USF police will respond immediately. Avoid pressing the red button for fun. The USF police will still respond immediately, but it will not be fun. If you have a mobile phone and experience or witness an emergency on campus, please dial 911. The call will be routed to the USF Police Department so they can respond immediately. It's up to every one of us to help maintain a safe campus. Now you can do your part and help everyone safely live the Bulls life.
Laundry is a collection of soiled clothing that you once wore. Depending on your personal definition of cleanliness, you'll discover laundry in a hamper, on your bed, the floor, or on your roommate. We don't recommend placing laundry on your roommate. However, personal preferences should direct your behavior toward one another. If you would like to wear clean clothes, we recommend either purchasing new clothes on a weekly basis or cleaning your clothes. This is commonly called doing your laundry. It costs $1.25 to wash and $1.25 to dry. There is a laundry facility located on the first floor of your building or right outside. You may use quarters at most facilities. Quarters are metallic currency that are worth 25% of $1. 5 of these quarters will allow you to initiate a wash or a dry cycle. If you cannot acquire or do not prefer to use quarters, you may use bullbucks, which is money you have loaded onto your USF ID card. That is not how you do that. Visit usf.edu/bullbucks and follow the links to put money on your card. Remember to read the instructions in your laundry room that will help you successfully clean your clothes. Once your clothes are clean, you may wear them. If you have succeeded, others will compliment your appearance and odor. Doing your laundry will help you have a great time living the Bulls life.
Gregory Bowers, Sierra Rose, Maxwell Morinelli, Elisa Goldberg, Nyrene Naomi, Courtney Cadogan, Geraldine Paredes, June Dickens, Jeremy Lamberti, Taylor Finke, Kayla Williams, Burley Gomez, Chris Herrera, Stephanie Jockman. Wednesday, September 5th, 2018. Coming to you from the beautiful University of South Florida campus in Tampa, it's USF Housing Live!
Welcome everyone. This is USF Housing Live. I'm your host, Gregory Bowers, with Housing and Residential Education at the beautiful University of South Florida in Tampa. Our motto, best place to live, best place to work, best place to learn. Today's episode is an opportunity for you to meet the News in 90 team. A reminder to everyone joining us live that we are here to answer your questions, whatever they may be. So if you have a question, no matter where or how you are watching, just type it in the comments and we will answer you in real time. Now let's go ahead and meet tonight's guests. Joining us is a senior studying mass communications with a focus in broadcast news and a minor in business administration. She has worked with Safe Team, interned with USF Bulls Vision and Spectrum News, is currently an intern with WUSF, is a resident assistant in Horizon Hall, and is the current anchor and producer of News in 90, Hannah Yechivi. Welcome to the program, Hannah.
Hi, Greg. Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you here. Also joining us tonight is a graduate student studying media studies who also studied mass communications as an undergraduate here at USF. She is an intern with WUSF Radio, has interned with Explica Media, and currently serves as a correspondent with News in 90. Welcome to the show, Jessica Barron.
Thanks for having me, Greg.
I'm happy to have you here, Jessica. And of course, for all of you watching, remember, type your questions in the comments. We'll get right to them as we can throughout the program. We're going to start off talking with Hannah. So Hannah, tell us, what is it you do here at USF?
I am currently the anchor and producer of News in 90.
So what is News in 90?
News in 90, it's in the name. It's news in 90 seconds about anything interesting or trending going on campus.
That's awesome. And those episodes are coming out just about every week, right?
Every week, every Thursday, around 5 p.m. Tune in.
And so that's tomorrow. So you've got an episode airing tomorrow. You got to tell us a little bit about what we're going to see.
Well, everyone has to tune in, but a little spoiler, it's going to be about how to successfully job search. So we all know that after graduating, we want to get a job. So it's a very interesting topic.
I'm glad you bring that up. And for all of our new students, if you're a first-year student on campus, this matters to you too, preparing for your career, preparing to get that first job. It starts on day one. And so what topics can we, oh, sorry, I had another question here. I got caught up here. Students who are new to campus, they've never seen News in 90, why might they want to watch this program?
They might want to watch it just because they can get a glimpse of different things that are happening on campus that you might not know that happen. And there are lots of interesting things that happen here daily. So we try to shed light on interesting topics that not many students know about, that we want them to know about while being a student.
And so speaking of those topics, what topics can we expect to learn about in the upcoming episodes this season, this semester?
That's a good question. Well, one of the episodes that we're very excited about is the episode on preeminence. It's an episode that's coming up down the line. We're going to try to do it in 90 seconds, but it's one of the episodes that's coming up. And then another one is we got the opportunity to talk about the sailing team here at USF. So they invited me to St. Pete to go and jump into one of their boats and see what that is all about.
Really? You're going to go sailing?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I'm excited, yeah.
Very, very cool. And so folks know, News in 90, you can catch it at youtube.com/USF Housing and on Facebook, facebook.com/USF Housing. And so we talk about your internships. I know I mentioned at the top of the show here. So what other internships have you had as a student here?
Last year, I worked with Bulls Vision at the athletics department. As you mentioned as well, I am now interning in the digital news team for WUSF. And I worked for Safe Team, providing safety for students at night. And I've also been part of the Spectrum News, as you mentioned. That's an internship I had in Raleigh. And that's a little bit of my involvement so far.
Hannah, how do you have time for all of this and still being a full-time student?
Divide your time wisely. Be organized. Don't leave everything for last minute. Don't procrastinate. And have an agenda. That's the key to success for me. Just write everything up. That's how I keep up with stuff.
That's my next question for you, is thinking about some advice, because there are students out there who are new here. You're a senior, and so you've been there and done that. And so as a current senior, what advice would you give to those new Bulls who are looking to be involved here on campus?
So getting involved has been the best because you learn so much from different organizations, people you meet here from different countries, backgrounds, cultures. And as an international student, the first thing I wanted to do was get involved and learn about a lot of different things. So I recommend you get an agenda, you write everything up. They give free agendas at the Marshall Center.
Good shameless plug. I like that. Excellent.
But yeah, just get involved and just be a bull.
Be a bull,
Yeah.
Study hard, organize yourself. Organization comes up all the time. Did you ever have roommates or friends who just didn't organize their lives when they started here and had some trouble?
Yes, especially because I've lived in the residence halls for now 4 years. I've always lived on campus. And at the beginning, I was a little disorganized, and I started getting, I don't know, not bad grades, but I was a little shaky, so I was like, I have to organize myself a little better. And college is different from high school, so you do have to know how to balance it out properly.
I imagine that helps with stress too if you're more organized.
Yes, and always having time for yourself is important. Dividing time for school, have a little bit of fun, intern experience, just a balance of everything is good.
Awesome, thank you. And so Hannah, you're an international student, and so what's been your experience as an international student coming to the United States of America, being a student at the school? What is that transition like?
It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I was in an American school back in my home country, Costa Rica. So the transition wasn't as hard, but don't get me wrong, I still miss my family, my friends back home, homemade food, the tropical climate. But I do recommend that if you're an international student, it's important to just open your mind and be open to different things, different perspectives, different backgrounds that you're going to face here with different people. And it's made me more mature and well-rounded.
Excellent. And so another job that Hannah has is resident assistant. And so what's it like being a resident assistant here on campus?
It has been one of the most fulfilling experiences I've had, to be honest. I've learned so much about other people and about myself as well. And you're responsible for a community. Other students look at you as an example. And just being there for students, helping them out with anything they need, giving them advice. You are an example for them, and just in the process you learn a lot about yourself too. And as our race, we're trained as well, so that has helped us all a lot to do our jobs as resident assistants.
Excellent. Well, thank you. And so, folks, we've got to take a short break, but if you have questions, definitely let us know. We don't want you to go anywhere, folks. We got a video we're going to play for you, and you guessed it, it's about News in 90. It literally is an episode of News in 90. So stay with us. We'll be right back with more USF Housing Live right after this.
Hey Bulls! Catch up on episodes you may have missed and see what's coming up by visiting usf.edu/housing. Select About Us, then USF Housing Live. Choose an episode and get ready to live the Bulls life.
Welcome back, Bulls. I'm Hannah, and this is News in 90. The rainy start to the week isn't slowing down one of the most exciting times of the year here at USF. Campus is buzzing this week as students are out and about trying to find their way around.
Finding new people, finding new friends to be a part of a big group and community.
The start of a new school year is an exciting and nerve-wracking time. Classes started for the USF system with an estimated enrollment of 50,000 students seeking credit hours. For all you new students, USF staff members have good advice on how to be successful in your first semester here.
If you're living on campus, make community with your pods and your roommates there. It's the best time of your life.
Throughout Week of Welcome, booths were set up to expose students to a variety of campus organizations. Each event is geared towards helping students adjust to the university lifestyle.
There's just so much to do here at USF. To make the most of it, you got to get involved and kind of create your own path of who you want to be and what you want to do.
News in 90 reporter Jessica Barron has more for us.
Greek involvement, student organizations, and volunteer groups are some of the main events designed to expose students to resources available on campus. Over 4,500 new freshmen are ready to start college life, explore the downtown scene, and call the Bulls Nation home.
Go Bulls!
It is time for a new season of learning and getting the most out of your college experience. We wish you a great year, Bulls. I'm Hannah Yechivi with Housing and Residential Education. We're the best place to live, best place to work, and the best place to learn. I'll see you next week.
Welcome back, welcome back. This is USF Housing Live. I'm Gregory Bowers, you're not, and it's time to chat with Jessica Barron from News in 90. Jessica, tell us, what do you do here at USF?
I'm the News in 90 correspondent, so I go on site and I conduct a lot of interviews alongside Hannah.
What I was going to ask you is, what is it like being a correspondent with the show?
It's really exciting. I enjoy going out and meeting new people, getting to hear their side of their story on what their feelings are and their experiences are here at USF.
Now, you were an undergrad here, you're a grad student here, you must love USF. You got to tell us, what's your favorite thing about going to school here?
Yes, like you said, I do love USF a lot. I would say that one of my favorite things about USF is that everyone here is very welcoming. I came here as a freshman and I knew nobody here at USF, but everyone from students to staff is very welcoming, and you can make friends so easily here at USF, and that's what I think I love the most.
That's good to hear. And so you got to tell us, there are all these campus traditions now, more every year. What's your favorite campus tradition?
I think I would say one of my favorite USF traditions is the SOS Stampede of Service volunteering opportunity that they do every single year in January, and just to go out into the community as a whole and do some volunteer work. I, as an undergrad, did it for 3 years straight, and I always did it, and made new friends there, and doing something that is fun, but at the same time helping someone else.
That's cool. And yeah, that's a huge volunteer opportunity, right? Isn't it the largest volunteer event every year?
It is. So I would say like hundreds of USF students show up really early in the morning, and we all just kind of join into a group that is going to go off and help out an opportunity off campus.
Awesome. And so now, I'm sure you have lots of wisdom to share. As a graduate student, what advice do you have to those undergrads out there who are looking to be involved on campus?
I think I would say when I first came here to USF, it can be very easy to be overwhelmed with all the different opportunities that you can get involved in here on campus. So I would say that definitely take your time to choose something that you're passionate about, and that way you can give all your energy into that. So it's not about quantity, but quality of the things that you do. If you decide to join a club or an organization, put your whole heart and soul into it, and maybe become some type of officer in that club, and that shows a lot, and you can do a lot more that way versus just trying to fill up your schedule with lots of different opportunities.
Excellent, excellent. So I have to break from our question here because I have a comment that came in we've got to share with Hannah. It's about Hannah. Nicole said, USF Horizon Hall is lucky to have Hannah. Shout out to our amazing role model in residence. So you got that from, I think that's your boss, right?
Yes, that's my supervisor.
And
Thank
so
you.
That's from Nicole over there in Horizon Hall. Shameless plug, Horizon Hall just opened its doors for the first time, and I hear they have air hockey on the first floor. And so that's going to be a lot of fun for those who like air hockey. Go check it out in Horizon. Make a friend. That'll be your in to go hang out in Horizon Hall. And of course, go say hi to Hannah while you're there. Coming back to you, Jessica, here, I want to talk to you about how you balance your time and what advice you might have for new students, because we have a number of new students out there who are in the thick of it right now. It's been a few weeks, and so how do you stay balanced?
Staying balanced, I think a lot of it has to do with being honest with yourself, and definitely taking a look at setting out your priorities. If sometimes you might have an activity that you want to go do with your friends, but you have an exam coming up, and you definitely have to be able to discipline yourself and say, I have to do this first before I can go have fun with friends. That's one of those things that I definitely had to work on my own, because when you're here on campus, you don't have your parents anymore telling you, do your homework, you can't go out. That's something that you have to decide for yourself. So definitely that's one important thing that I would tell students.
What was it like for you having all that independence all of a sudden when you first got here?
To be honest, it was a little scary just because I felt like I could do so many different things. And like I said, it's definitely taking a look as reminding yourself why you're here in the first place, and trying to remind yourself that you're here for an education, and that's the reason everyone is here, and that should be your main goal and priority.
I got to ask Hannah about that too. Like, what was it like where you had all this time, all this stuff to do, I mean, was it overwhelming? Was it crazy? Was it fun?
Overwhelming. At the beginning, it was very overwhelming. And as a freshman, I thought I had everything under my belt, and that was not true.
Oh, you thought you were like, I'm the expert at all of this, right?
No, I just thought like, oh, I'll do that later, I'll do that later. And it wasn't true, so you have to organize yourself and keep yourself lined up.
Excellent. Yeah, so it all comes back to organization. That's what I'm hearing. Stay organized. So for our very organized bulls, they might want to get involved with undergraduate research. Jessica, did you ever do any undergraduate research?
I did, and I actually did it my freshman year. And I actually, it was in a class for an art history class, and it was just kind of the professor announcing that there was an opportunity for undergraduate research, and if we were interested. A lot of the upperclassmen obviously raised their hands and they wanted to join. And me being a freshman, I was like, you know, I don't know if I would really have the knowledge to be a very contributing member, but I'm like, might as well give it a shot and just sign up. And I was one of the students who was selected to be a part of it, along with other freshmen, and we actually learned a lot working alongside our upperclassmen, and it was a rewarding experience. And we actually, our project won first place at the colloquium, so it was very
awesome. And it was your first year?
Yes, my freshman year. So I would tell freshman students, just take a chance and try to do any undergraduate research, talk to professors. You never know, you might get that break that you want.
Yeah, how can students get involved in undergrad research?
I would definitely say, go visit your professors that you have in your classes, meet them in their office hours. A lot of them have research that they're working on their own and they might not announce, but if you show interest that they're willing to either have you be a part of their research, or they can lead you to someone who they know and on different opportunities that you can be a part of.
Very cool. That's awesome. And so for anyone, if anyone happens to have come across today's Housing Live, you don't go to USF, you're looking at schools. USF has undergraduate research opportunities across the board in so many different fields. And that's one of the many things that makes USF a very special place with this type of opportunity for undergraduate students. Get involved with undergraduate research and it will set you up for lifelong success. Now, I got to ask you about living on campus. This is Housing Live. Did you live on campus?
I did. I lived on campus my freshman and sophomore year. I lived in Cypress, and that was a really fun experience.
So were you in Cypress both years?
No, it was my second year. My first year I was in Theta, but I don't know if that is still around.
Theta. I've heard of that before. Theta, historic Andros complex, which existed somewhere under Hannah's current residence hall, Horizon, right? And so we have sunsetted Andros.
The original foundation.
Yes, Andros, the foundation for the shiny new village. And so last thing I got to ask you about, Jessica, I hear there might be an opportunity coming up next semester. Can you tell us about that?
There is. We're actually going to be looking for the new News and 90 correspondent. So any interested and passionate bulls that would like to apply, make sure you look out for that application in the spring.
All right, cool. And the reason is because guess what? Big surprise. Hannah Yechivi actually got another internship happening, and so a very committed, very busy bull. And so this is a really cool opportunity, and I'll tell folks more about that in just a moment. Thank you for speaking with me, Jessica. Thank you very much, Hannah. And so I've got some announcements I want to share with everyone out there. I want to let you know that next Wednesday, September 12th at 6:30 p.m. is House Calls. This is when professionals from all across campus visit your residence hall to check in with you. If you're experiencing challenges, you have questions, or you just want to say hi, all you need to do is be in your residence hall. We will come to you, making sure you have everything you need to successfully live the bull's life. Now, are you interested in being a culture creator here at USF? Maybe you should consider applying to be a 2019 orientation leader. Orientation leaders work with incoming first-year students, transfer students, and their families and guests to help all experience a seamless transition to becoming a bull and a part of the USF community. The applications are open and they are due by the end of September, so you want to get those applications in. Now, as you may have heard just a moment ago, we will soon be seeking a News and 90 correspondent who will join the team this spring. If you're interested, keep checking your USF class Facebook group. We plan to post for this position in October. It's a great opportunity to get some experience and be here right on campus delivering weekly campus news. Well, it is just about all the time we have, but before we go, I want to remind you that every episode of USF Housing Live is available at facebook.com/USF Housing, the USF Class of 2022 Facebook group, or in full 1080p high definition at youtube.com/USF Housing. USF Housing Live is produced by Housing and Residential Education at the University of South Florida in Tampa. Our motto is best place to live, best place to work, best place to learn. Thank you to tonight's guests, Jessica Barron and Hannah Yechivi, for joining me this evening. Thank you to our production crew, to you, our viewers, and of course, there is always just one last thing. Go Bulls! Good night, everyone!